everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today's Monday. So we're Mommin It Monday, except I'm momming it alone. So I'll fill you in on some news that I found over the week and some exciting stuff happening today. I'll be right back. While I take this quick break, will you guys do me a favor and click the like button, share this video. Let's try to get the subscribers up. We want to get back to make sure that our whole community is here with us every day. And I'll be right back after this quick break. Hi guys, I'm back. So we're Mommin It Monday solo today. I don't know how your weekend was, but we had a great, really quiet weekend at home. Worked on the house and spent a lot of family time together. So it was really awesome. I hope you guys had a great weekend too. Mame has a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. I'll do a little AMA since I'm by myself here. Prenom Nom says, quick question, is Cliff still on target with the 1/4 ratio Litecoin price? Thank you very much. I believe so. I need to have Uncle Cliff on again. He's been sending me we've been having a cool conversation about self via email. And so maybe I can have him come on and we could talk about some of that and ask him about some of those. Mom is really good at having that knowledge on the altar reports as well. So I believe that's still in the bag. I guess that kind of leads right into the big news today. I woke up and everyone was really excited about, about the ETH prices because ETH had passed $3,000. So we've got Ethereum right now it's at 32.9613. And let's see, the other thing I was hearing a lot of noise about was Litecoin's going to melt your face off. And so Litecoin's touching or pushing close to $300. That has probably been like a really great, I don't know, Litecoin has definitely changed our life here at the Davis household. So just with the community that's involved and the opportunity there was, the education that we took on during that time. So if you guys have other questions, you can put them in all caps in the chat and I will do my very best to answer them. Let's see, what else is kind of running? I know we were seeing a lot of green. Ethereum's just crazy. Even Bitcoin's up there. Well, 56.9, it's almost 57,000 again. This BNB coin has been going up big. And I did have some information from SL and Michelle, who's the psychic, or maybe she's an intuitive. I can't remember the exact term, but anyway, she's going to be joining us next week on Tuesday. So we had to delay that 1 week because somebody is moving. So we have lots of good stuff going on. Doge is still pumping it up. Polkadot looks like it's had quite a run, but then it says in the last hour it's a little red. So, none of what I say is financial advice at all, other than get out of fiat and get into crypto. We had a meeting with our attorneys and accountants today, trying to figure out some different things and how do you transition in this new world? And we really don't want to be a part of the old system, so how do we do that in the most efficient and legal way? So that was a lot of big head moments, thinking about like what the future looks like and how you do things and what's important to you in the future. And then before I knew it, we were like talking about our will and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to be able to enjoy this for a little while. I don't want to already be figuring out how I'm giving it away. So, Rick Costa says, do you think Doge will go up because of Elon being on SNL Saturday? I think Doge is completely influenced by things like what Elon does today or whatever. And I think depending on what skit he does, it could be, that could be a really good thing for people with Doge. That could be a really drastic thing with people for Doge. I think it's very odd that they're creating safe spaces for other actors who are uncomfortable or threatened just by the fact that he's coming on the show. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but some of the actors are refusing to work with him and they're threatened by him and they need their safe space. And it's just, we're in this whole weird world. So I don't know that it'll go up, but do I think it could be affected? Sure. I think it could go up or go down. With him being on SNL Saturday. I did hear one of the skit ideas was him doing some space thing with Dogecoin. And that was talked about in mainstream media. And that's once again, like with our accountants and attorneys today and stuff talking, they were like, oh, yeah, we're hearing about it more and more and more and more questions from people all the time. So we're right there. Ben talked about it this morning. And I guess that kind of leads into I guess one of the, whoops, did I change my stream? Oh, here we go. One of the other big stories, Jean-Claude sent me this. I saw it earlier, but eBay is enabling plans to enable crypto payments. And I can't remember who eBay is owned by. You guys probably know, actually. But that will be a big transition. Michelle talks about how she was with eBay early on and doing online payments with her business and really a part of that digital online payment system early on. So it's interesting to me to see eBay jumping on board because there's so many people that use eBay. It's like the PayPal thing. It just brings such mass adoption because there's people already on the platform. They don't even know or have to know that they're using cryptocurrency, but that will be an option. So I think that'll be really interesting. We had there were a couple other things. Well, I'll talk about crypto first, and then I'll go into since I'm here by myself, you're going to get a little woo-woo and a little political for me because I can't help myself. Lai Toshi says, what's up with credit cards? I don't know. There were some really weird things happening with credit cards. I heard people like having trouble getting them to process over the weekend. And then other people having like their balances reduced or cards canceled even though they're current on them, but then they were like canceled or shut down, but they still had a balance. I really am not sure. I do have some more news about that. Let me find the article really quick. This is pretty recent. I think it's from today. So you guys remember the where is it? I think this is it. Yes. So you guys remember that Brian Brooks, who used to be in the office of the comptroller of currency, that he was nominated or placed there by Trump. And now Yellen has tapped this top Fed aide to serve as acting bank cop, which is Michael Hugh. I don't know how you say that last name. To act as the acting. Remember, this word acting is different than being the actual head of the office of comptroller. So this was one of the things when Trump was in office, he would have people be the acting whatever, which allowed them a lot of leniency. It allowed them to sit in that position, but with a lot of leniency towards what they would do in that. And maybe they had either freed them up with less responsibility or accountability for it, or gave them some kind of extra like superpower. They were just the acting comptroller, so they weren't accountable to maybe the typical person they would be, or they were directly accountable to Trump. So I think that's significant that this word acting is in here. So, and this guy, Michael Sue, is like one of the Brian Brooks kind of predecessor, or not predecessor. Is that the right word? Let me check here. Now, and of course, lawmakers are trying to put racial inequality experts in there, whatever. But So it has been run in the meantime by Blake Paulson, career official seen as an ally. This is who I was thinking of. So Blake Paulson has been running this as the previously acting comptroller Brian Brooks, um, who we know went to Coinbase, right? I think it's Coinbase. See, I need my other half here to bounce things off of. But let's see. I thought so. The end of this article, they're talking about what Sue does. He runs an internal committee at the Fed that's responsible for all supervisory matters related to the biggest U.S. banks. His appointment as acting comptroller has been in the works for weeks, and the goal is for him to start at the OCC this week. So then they go on talking about he's put in charge of the national banking system at this big time of technological upheaval, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this I think is the final. Paulson has also continued the work of Brooks. So now we're talking about Paulson again, who is now Brooks, who's now CEO of the US arm of cryptocurrency exchange Binance. Sorry, not Coinbase. So Brooks he's the CEO of Binance, and Paulson is doing this work that approves applications from crypto companies to become national trust banks, an expansion of the type of institution that can be granted a bank charter. So all this whole article, I think that's the most significant part. They're talking about crypto companies becoming national trust banks. So I'll have to check in with Bix and my friends who know much more than me about all that stuff. Yes, Phil C was right. Brooks went to Binance. Yes, Rick Costa. Did you hear that they didn't want to remove in Snow White the prince kissing her to wake her up because she didn't give consent? I know there's way more to that than what's going on there. I also heard it's the first time that the ride has ever been appropriate. So in Disney or Disney World, I guess they reopened, and this Snow White ride has always ended in this really scary way. And they said, "Gosh, it's not even appropriate for children. It's like terrifying." And they're scaring the children at the end. No shocker there. And now, the lefts are saying, well, she was asleep. She couldn't give consent, except that she already pledged her love to him. So we can have that argument, I guess, or not. It's a cartoon. So, but they said that now it ends with her happy ending or her happy ever after. And they've changed the whole ride and it's not scary. And people's comments are that it's fine for the first time ever. It's appropriate for children to ride. So I think there's something more there. Now you guys, I know I should be talking about crypto, but I go woo woo. I don't know if you guys saw, but Bill and Melinda are calling it quits. That's pretty recent. I think it just came out a couple hours ago. Let me find my. Bill Gates. After a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we've made the decision to end our marriage. Over the last 27 years, we've raised 3 incredible children and built a foundation that works all over the world to enable people to lead healthy, productive lives. We continue to share a belief in that mission and will continue our work together at the foundation, but we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives. We ask for space and privacy for our family as we begin to navigate this new life. Melinda Gates and Bill Gates. And notice her name is first, which that's unusual typically. As far as like if you're being a, professional or what are the polite society, usually you put the man's name first. So, and I know we talked about, I think it was on Woo Woo Wednesday, probably, some recent pictures where like somebody who said they worked with or near, it was somebody that I did an interview with, one of our Patreon, and that they used to work at that location, and they've actually physically seen Bill and Melinda, and that she was not always like that much bigger than him and all this. But then in these little recent pictures, it's been very weird. So Have to go woo woo on you guys. Sorry. Um, then let's see. I'll just kind of kick around. I really didn't have that much tonight. Oh, there was $1 million. Well, the Cardano thing's exciting, I guess. Papa Murphy's is supposed to start accepting Cardano, which I thought it was interesting that they would choose Cardano. And then I read the article and I was like, oh, it's not just Cardano, but they are now accepting Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Doge. So I'm like, okay, they're not even doing the whole, oh, it's a cryptocurrency the way PayPal did with how SEC sees those things, but just really interesting. So let's see. Here's their little sign, cryptocurrency accepted here. Like this looks like somebody made this themselves on their computer. This doesn't look very professional, but I guess whatever it takes. I guess that's how you start new things, right? They're not all clean and crisp. Okay. And then there was Mark Cuban. I thought this was funny. Will write a contract to pay you, and if the increase in the S&P is 500 higher at the end date than the increase of your choice of Bitcoin or ETH, Mark Cuban says you get $1 million. So this is not a bet that I would take. I would not bet that the S&P could outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum. I mean, if we look at history, we know that Bitcoin is the best performing asset over the last 10 years. So I think this is kind of a win-win for him, but I think it's more good news for cryptocurrency. So we'll see that. I really don't have too much of anything else. Oh, I know what I have. I don't know if I can pull it up here. Hold on, guys. Let me see. We had a great notice from our president. Oh, I'm not going to be able to see it there, are I? Trying to think how I got it sent to me. Basically, if you guys look, there's a trending. If you do hashtag all capitals, the big lie, you'll see what's happening today. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm sure you already saw that I posted the statement by Mr. T. And it's pretty straightforward. Let's see if I can get it to send to my computer so you guys can. I thought, yesterday was Orthodox Easter, and Saturday was the 10th anniversary of bin Laden being taken out, supposedly. And so there was some significant, and then it was also Beltane Day, which apparently is some pagan holiday where they like have sex in a field and blesses their crops or something. I don't know. So I kind of expected, because a lot of things have been happening kind of around these religious holidays. So the big lie is right here. The fraudulent presidential election of 2020 will be from this day forth known as the big lie. So hopefully we're getting some good news out of Arizona. And then I also saw Trump speaking about Georgia. And I guess I'm being a little brave because I'm using all kinds of words I'm not supposed to. But anyway, and I'm really grateful for all you guys jumping in here. I'm sorry I don't really have more news. I was really just because I like send Mom a bunch of stuff and then she sends me a bunch of stuff. So that's probably about it. But I don't know. I think we have good things coming. I go back to what Janine talked about, and that just resonated for me so much, where she said, I'm driving down this road and all these signs are saying danger, danger, warning, warning. But then it just keeps getting better, and it just keeps getting better. And so Jean-Claude brought up a good point 'cause he's like, "Lisa, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that other people are saying, and so I wanna hear your point of it or your side of it." I was like, "That's fine." I said, I'm just saying these are my thoughts and what if, and I also see the other side of it or another point of it, and I see multiple points of it, and I think we should all put our energy into something positive for the future for America." So, that's what I do. So, I hope you guys all had a great Monday. We are gonna be back tomorrow with, Amy. We're still doing that. We're gonna do just a couple minutes on here and then really try to there was also, you guys know they went in and raided Rudy Giuliani's home, and, there's on the backside, on the woo-woo, not confirmed information, they said that there's actually a video of, a witch who shall not be named that was hung, and there's an encrypted version of that video, and that he has one copy and some other people have a copy, and that part of them seizing that, his laptops and technical stuff is to have uh, that video of the witch, the bat swinging in the spring. And so we remember that Mr. T said that the bats will swing in the spring, and apparently that happened last April 26th, is what this woo woo article says, but I cannot confirm or deny any of that. Um, and then they talked more about the Giuliani thing. And then today, what's his name? Alan Dershowitz got on and he's like, they totally walked all over his Fourth Amendment rights. And so that you remember that they took our First Amendment right, which is why we have to be so careful and guarded here and other places. Then they started on our 2A, or have plans to, or have threatened to. Then the I can't remember what the Third Amendment was. That's terrible. Is that the one where they come in your home during, I think it's where they can come in your home during times of military, whatever. Or maybe that's fourth. I don't know. I'll clear it up with Amy tomorrow. I'll do my homework, I promise, and fill it up. But that was one of those things where I'm like, okay, is this a constitutional education of America? We're watching our rights being threatened or trampled on, and will we be educated in it and stand up for ourselves? So I think more and more that'll happen. I think we're heading to a really bright future. So I hope you guys all, you must show the sheeple, Tom. You're so right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just shocking to me. Like, people don't, even there was a lady at the gym this morning, and she's talking with her trainer and, talking about more and more of these women having problems from the prick. And she's one of them. And then they're talking about all these effects, and they're like, yeah, but nobody's really talking about it. I was like, you're talking about it. And I think that's where, when we think that for so long, oh, well, where's the link? Or what channel was that on? What news station told you that? Well, all we know is that they've been lying. Those channels and links and news stations have been lying to us for the past. So let's quit looking to them for the truth in the future. Let's listen to each other. Let's talk in the community. Let's ask our neighbors and friends, what's going on? Is everybody healthy? Does somebody need help? Um, and I think that's where our truth is going to come out. So I'm very grateful for all of you guys joining me today. Super sweet of you. Yeah, I totally agree on this one. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I hadn't heard that, Jim. So hopefully you guys are reading these comments too. Um, mm, See, there's good stuff going on, you guys. There are more Americans that love America than not. And we're not alone. We are the majority. What they're showing us is that we're not, because they don't want us to stand together and stand up. But we are definitely on the way out. So stay strong. Remember to love one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with Amy on New Truth Tuesday. Take care, guys.